Before we rank anything, let me establish the testing framework because this only matters if the methodology is sound. Every indicator I'm about to discuss was run on TradingView. That's my primary charting platform. Link is in the description. For LuxAlgo and TrendSpider, I have documented test data from prior 30-day and 6-week reviews that are already published on this channel. For Tickeron AI and Trade Ideas, I ran 4-week observation periods during March and April 2026, one of the most volatile market stretches we've seen in years. Tariff escalation, CPI surprises, sector rotations happening weekly. That's actually useful. Stressful conditions reveal which tools hold up and which ones break down. The baseline I'm comparing against: a simple 3-indicator stack, 20-period EMA, RSI 14, and MACD standard settings. That's what most intermediate retail traders already use. If an AI tool can't meaningfully beat that, the premium price is not justified. Let's rank from 5th place to 1st. Rank 5. Standard indicators: RSI, MACD, EMA. I'm putting the baseline in the ranking deliberately because some of you are going to watch this entire video and conclude that you don't need to spend money on anything. And that's a legitimate conclusion. The 20 EMA tells you trend direction. RSI tells you momentum and exhaustion. MACD confirms momentum shifts. On a 15-minute chart in a trending market, this combination is genuinely effective. My own baseline tracking over 6 weeks showed a 58% directional accuracy on SPY and QQ setups during trend-following conditions. The problem is what it doesn't do. It does not adapt to regime changes. During the tariff-driven chop we saw in late March and early April, this stack generated repeated false signals. Whipsaws. The tools don't know the market has shifted to a ranging environment. You have to figure that out yourself. Signal accuracy: 55 to 60% in trending conditions, drops below 50% in choppy markets. Ease of use: maximum. Already on TradingView for free. Value: free. Best for traders who want to develop their own read first or use as a filter alongside a paid tool. Rank 4. LuxAlgo. I published a full 30-day test on LuxAlgo 2 months ago, so I'll pull from that data here. The short version: 34 confirmed signals, 62% win rate on a 15-minute ES futures chart. That is a real number, not cherry-picked. Every signal logged, every result recorded. LuxAlgo's signal suite is built on top of TradingView's Pine script environment, which means you access it directly on the platform you're probably already using. The signals are visual and clean: directional arrows, an oscillator, and a smart trail for stop management. For newer traders, that clarity has genuine value. Where LuxAlgo falls short is context. The signals fire without awareness of what's happening macro or sector-wide. During the tariff announcement week in early April, LuxAlgo was generating buy signals on tech names that were in outright distribution. It can't see the broader picture. It's a signal layer, not an intelligence layer. Pricing is also a factor. The premium suite runs around $60 to $80 per month depending on tier. At that price, you need to be a reasonably active trader to get the value out of it. Signal accuracy: 62%, documented, 34 signal sample. Ease of use: high, visual, intuitive, fully on TradingView. Value for price: moderate. Strong for active day traders, weaker for swing traders. Best for day traders who already trade on TradingView and want clean entry signals with built-in stop logic. Affiliate callout: if you want to try LuxAlgo, link is in the description. Rank 3. TrendSpider. I spent 6 weeks with TrendSpider and published a full review. The headline finding: TrendSpider is not primarily a signal generator. It's an analytical automation engine. It draws trend lines, Fibonacci levels, multi-time frame moving averages, and dynamic price levels automatically. The raindrop charts are genuinely novel. They show volume distribution inside candles in a way that helps you understand where institutional activity is occurring. The platform also has a strategy tester that's meaningfully better than what most indicators offer on TradingView. You can backtest multi-condition setups across historical data, with real visualization of how each trade played out. Why is it at number 3 instead of higher? Because TrendSpider is a research and planning tool more than a live trading tool. The signals it generates are better described as high-probability zones than actionable entries. You still need to make the trade decision yourself. For the kind of trader who does pre-market preparation, identifying levels, marking structure, planning scenarios, it's excellent. For the trader who wants a buy arrow to fire and a stop level to be set automatically, it's not the right fit. Price point is also substantial. The platform runs $65 to $118 per month depending on tier. Signal accuracy. Contextual, not directly comparable. It's a framework tool, not a signal tool. Ease of use. Moderate learning curve. Plan on 2 to 3 weeks before you're using it efficiently. Value for price. High if you're a serious technical analyst. Low if you're looking for simple signals. Best for swing traders and position traders who do structured pre-market analysis. Affiliate callout. TrendSpider link in the description. Rank 2. Trade ideas. Holly AI Trade Ideas occupies a different category from the other tools on this list. Holly AI is an overnight artificial intelligence that runs after market close every day, scans the entire US equity market, we're talking 10,000 plus symbols, and generates a ranked list of trade setups for the following morning before open. By the time you sit down at 9:15 a.m., Holly has already done the scanning work. In 4 weeks of observation, I tracked 22 Holly setups that met my minimum criteria: a defined entry zone, a stop, and a target with at least a 1.5R ratio. Of those 22, 14 produced a winning result at some point during the session. That's a 63.6% hit rate on qualified setups. Not every Holly setup is tradable. Some have gaps that are too wide. Some have volume that doesn't support your size. And filtering is part of the skill. But the raw pipeline is strong. The odds maker tool is genuinely useful. It lets you backtest specific scanner configurations historically. You can see, over the prior 6 months, how many times a setup meeting your exact criteria produced a profitable result. That's institutional-grade backtesting made accessible to retail traders. The platform also runs live scanners throughout the session: momentum, gap, breakout, range, with real-time audio alerts. The amount of functionality is honestly overwhelming at first. There is a real learning curve. Pricing: $100 per month for standard, $228 is for platinum. Platinum includes Holly AI and the odds maker. Standard does not. If you're not getting the platinum tier, you're missing the 2 best features. Signal accuracy: 63.6% on filtered Holly setups, 4-week, 22 setup sample. Ease of use: low initially. High learning curve: plan on a month to become proficient. Value for price: high for active day traders at the platinum level. The standard tier is harder to justify. Best for active US equity day traders who want a full market scanner with AI-generated morning setups. Affiliate callout. Trade ideas link in the description. Note: platinum tier is where Holly AI lives. Rank 1. Tickeron. AI Tickeron takes the top spot, and I want to explain exactly why, because it's not the most glamorous platform and it's not the one with the best marketing. Tickeron's AI works differently from everything else on this list. It uses a statistical pattern recognition engine that has analyzed decades of price history across thousands of symbols and has quantified the historical outcome rate for specific chart patterns and setups. When you see a signal from Tickeron, there is a stated probability attached to it, based on historical frequency, not a guess. That's a fundamentally different approach. The AI Robots feature lets you subscribe to specific trading models. There are robots optimized for different styles: day trading, swing trading, momentum, mean reversion. Each robot has a public performance history. You can see how it performed last month, last quarter, last year. That level of transparency is unusual. In the April 2026 environment, extreme volatility, sector rotation, tariff uncertainty, the robots that performed best were the ones optimized for volatility. The adaptive nature of having multiple specialized models rather than one general-purpose signal engine is a genuine structural advantage. I'll be releasing a full 30-day Tickeron test very soon, which will give me a proper dataset to compare directly against the LuxAlgo 34-signal benchmark. But based on the 4-week observation period, Tickeron signals in qualified conditions showed approximately 65% directional accuracy on the AI robots I was following. And critically, the stop placement logic resulted in lower average losses than winners on winning trades, producing a positive expectancy even if the raw win rate were slightly lower. Pricing is more accessible than trade ideas. Entry-level AI robot access starts lower, with premium tiers for more advanced models. Check the link in the description for current pricing. Signal accuracy. Approximately 65% on qualified AI robot signals. 4-week observation. Ease of use, moderate. The platform is dense but well organized. Learning curve is shorter than trade ideas. Value for price, high. The transparency of documented robot performance history is a genuine differentiator. Best for traders across styles, day, swing, options, who want statistically grounded AI signals with documented historical performance. Summary table, on-screen graphic. Rank. Tool, win rate, tested. Ease of use, price mo, best for 5, RSI MACD 55-60%, maximum, free, DIY traders, 4, LuxAlgo, 62%, 34 signals, high, 60-80, day traders on TV, 3, TrendSpider, NA, framework, moderate, 65-118, swing, position traders, 2, trade ideas, 63.6%, 22 setups, low, 128 plat, US equity day traders, 1, Tickeron AI, 60% observed, moderate, varies, all styles. Final thoughts? The honest conclusion here is that there is no single best tool for every trader. The right choice depends on your style, your experience level, and what problem you're actually trying to solve. If you're a day trader running live US equity setups every morning, Trade Ideas is the professional-grade tool built for exactly that workflow. If you want AI signal support that's statistically grounded and works across multiple asset classes and styles, Tickeron wins on the overall framework. If you're already on TradingView and want to stay there, LuxAlgo gives you real signal improvement at a reasonable price. TrendSpider is the right tool if you're a serious technical analyst who wants to automate your prep work, not replace your judgment. And if you're not ready to spend money yet, work the baseline stack until you are. The tools only work if you understand trading well enough to use them correctly. All of these tools are accessible through TradingView or have TradingView integration. If you're not already on TradingView, that's the infrastructure that makes all of this possible. Link in the description.